Do you want to crawl up people's butts and control them inside like they were some sort of flesh mech? Do you want to flush yourself down a toilet? Do you, my dear viewer, have an unhealthy love of butt jokes? If you said yes to any of the following, I have the perfect character for your unique tastes. I'm Ian, and this is my Streets of Rogue character guide to the Shapeshifter. The Shapeshifter is unlocked by beating any floor with 5 different characters. Given how you start the game with 6 characters when you first buy this game, unlocking the Shapeshifter should be an easy endeavor. As for your description, it reads, "The Shapeshifter has been sent to Earth for the purpose of causing planet-wide chaos. Unfortunately, the Shapeshifter's earthly appearance is that of a demonic-looking little naked person. It's just pink eye, okay?" Which is not really ideal for functioning in society. Fortunately, the Possession Stone allows the Shapeshifter to hop into and out of people's bodies, making life on Earth a whole lot easier. On the subject of the Possession Stone, it is your only starting item. It takes up an inventory slot that can't be removed under any circumstances, and is used to disengage your special ability, Possession, which is very self-explanatory. You sneak up behind someone and crawl up their butt, controlling them from the inside like some sort of meat mech. Some things to bear in mind while you use this ability. 1. When your host dies, you lose a bit of health, so while your meat puppets are a useful shield, they aren't a get-out-of-jail-free card. 2. When you leave a host, they will become hostile and dizzy, making the Shapeshifter a horrible choice for election victories, since every single person you possess that doesn't die before you leave the floor will vote against you. 3rd, remember that you can use and have all the abilities of your fleshy real estate, such as the Doctor's chloroform and Cop's handcuffs and Cannibal's ability to eat people. This even applies to negative traits, such as how cops lose XP for killing and arresting innocent individuals, or how creeps and blahs are hostile to each other. Note that these changes are only temporary while you possess that individual, so if you don't like something like a doctor's inability to use weapons, all you have to do is bail on that body with your Possession Stone and find a new sucker to hijack. 4th, clone booths will make clones of whoever you're possessing, only making clones of fellow shapeshifters if you are not possessing anyone while using the cloning booth. Bear this in mind when you use it, and avoid cloning cops, as they will turn hostile to you the moment you bail on your current host. Also remember, your involuntary landlords make great test subjects for syringes if you wish to test their effects. Lastly, remember that you won't be able to keep your meat mechs between floors, as you will automatically be forced out of them as you transition. So don't get any ideas of switching to some popular bartender that everyone on the floor loves, and switching to the next popular guy for an easy election victory, especially with your wanted and antisocial traits, which can be circumnavigated by simply possessing individuals who lack these traits, with cops being an ideal host due to the fact that other cops will come in to help you if anything goes south. Your diminutive trait also makes you weaker in both terms of effective health and flat-out damage. However, it does have the pro of letting you teleport via toilets to any other random porcelain throne on that floor, which is great for quick escapes when your meat suit subscription to life is about to expire. Combined with your maxed out stat and speed, you are well equipped to run away from the police, something you will have to do inevitably, both due to your pathetic 1 in all stats that aren't speed, and because your big quest makes it an inevitability that you will attract some kind of unwanted attention. Speaking of which, your big quest, much like any plan that involves leaving small children unattended for any period of time, is called Seeds of Chaos. All you have to do is neutralize a specified class of an NPC whilst controlling a different class of a different specified NPC, both of which will be labeled in the map menu right where your big quest is displayed. Words of advice: firstly, you must be the one to do the killing blow, so if you say poison them and then they run away and die of the poison, that won't count towards your quest. Secondly, always have a human vessel on at all times, even if it's not the one you need to complete your quest, because cops will become hostile on sight to you otherwise, which will translate to you being under a constant hail of gunfire during the uptown levels of this game. Lastly, if one of the 2 specified NPC classes are completely wiped out of the floor before you can complete the quest, it will not fail, but rather change to 2 entirely new classes on that floor. So for instance, if you needed a scientist host to kill a specific kind of enemy, and the only scientists on the floor were to die before you could get them to your required target to kill, the quest would not fail, but instead change to 2 entirely different NPC classes. I will reiterate that law enforcement make the best meat suits, since other law enforcement agents will be allied to you while you pilot their comrades as flesh mechs. Just don't be afraid to swap bodies if your host is about to die, or if you need a different NPC under your control to complete your big quest. All in all, I give the Shapeshifter a one-trick pony out of 10. The character is clearly built entirely around a possession ability, and your mileage on this character will be completely dependent on your ability to master and enjoy this power. I've been an Ian, and this has been my Streets of Rogue character guide to the Shapeshifter, and stay tuned, the bartender is coming up next.